Hey folks, Lester here. Today I have a burrito. I stopped by the burrito place on the way home from work, and I always get me tacos, but I got a burrito once, and I think one of the cutest videos was me sharing that burrito with Lola and how much she enjoyed that thing. And then I had to take half of it and give it to Petunia, of course, because the girls always shared everything. But today when I swung by there to get me some tacos, I just thought I would grab a burrito. I don't really care for the burritos, but I would grab one for our piggies. And so today I'm going to take a walk into our pig pasture. All of the littles have been separated. And so we're going to go hang out with our pigs. All right, so I'm going to have to take this burrito and cut it in 5 different pieces. There's no way you can ask the pigs to share evenly. They would not do that, okay? But I'm pretty fair. So I got one for Trudy. We'll take one here for Peggy Pig. I got one for Pig Newton. There we go. One for Tiny Tim. And there's one for Copper. So I have 5 pieces over here. No, kitty, you're not a pig. These for the pigs. All right, guys, y'all come along. Let's go find the pigs and see who wants to have a bite of burrito. Hey, can I call the video that? A bite of burrito. I have to be real careful how I do this because I could get overrun. Oh, no. Maggie, give me that back. Now, there's no way to really make a video of feeding burritos without getting mauled. So I'm going to be real careful here. I'm going to set the plate down if I can. If I can balance it there. And I'm going to do one at a time. Let's start off with our friend Copper. Let's talk a little bit about Copper. So you guys know that Copper, oh boy, that Copper was a rescue that was brought home by Jake. Here, Copper, I got a burrito. So Copper, typical story of lots. Oh, the buddy is only one. Typical pig story. Copper was a little guy that was bought as a baby. They told their owners he would stay small forever. And guess what? They lied. They lied. Copper's not overweight. He's actually a really good weight for his breed of pig. But the problem with Copper is that he got too big for the small house and the small yard they lived in there in the city. And so they couldn't keep him. And they they began to look around for not so much a rescue, but a forever home. And that's how we acquired Copper. Of course, Jake brought him up. We put him with Sister Kim's pond babies for a while, but he didn't do well over there. Copper is very social, and he likes to hang out with other pigs. He didn't want to hang out with other goats. And so we have Copper here now, and he's very happy. The unfortunate thing about Copper is that he's totally changed the dynamic of all of our pigs. You know, pigs, like everybody else, they have a pecking order. And when Copper come over to the pasture, even though we had him neutered before he came over, he completely changed the dynamic of who was in charge. He is, quote unquote, the alpha male. All right, we're going to take this one over here, and I think I saw Pig Newton hanging out in the corner over here. There's Trudy. I can go to Trudy first. So, you all know that Pig Trudy was a legit rescue. Hi, sweet baby. Oh, my sweetest girl in the world. I got you a burrito. I got you a burrito. Trudy? Seriously? Okay. Trudy? Guys, Trudy's not going to eat the burrito. She doesn't like the ends. A lot of y'all might agree. You might not like to eat the ends. Trudy does not want the end. Fine, we'll give that one to Newt. Okay, fine. I'll come back with a different piece of the burrito. Give me a few minutes here. All right. Newton. Newt. Pig Newton. Looky here, buddy. I got you a burrito. All right, so Pig Newton was a pig that was born and raised here. And yeah. Get off of me. Pig Newton was born to Peggy Pig. And he's been a really nice guy. We love Newt a whole lot. Get off. We love Newt. He's sweet. He's a really good kid. So, yeah, okay, I hope you enjoyed. Hey, what do you think you're doing? All right, Newt's over there enjoying his burrito. Yes, he likes a good burrito. All right, let's move on. Hope y'all enjoyed that story about Newt. That's a really neat story, you know. Oh, that's maybe one of my favorite stories. I hope you guys enjoyed that. All right, let's get a better piece for Trudy. She may want her piece warmed up. You know, Trudy is quite spoiled, and most of you guys know why. All right, that's another end. Let's get this piece from the middle right there. All right, let's try this again. Trudy! Come on, sweetie. So Trudy was rescued as a baby. Now, she's a feral hog, y'all. It's obvious to see that Trudy is 100% feral hog. Sweetie. Now, as you know, feral hogs are very picky eaters, and they only eat things, delicacies. They will only eat delicacies, not some cheap dollar burrito from the burrito store, which is why she's not going to have this burrito. That's fine. Let me go ahead and tell you her story, though. So Pig Trudy was a rescue from her mother got run over. Now, you've all seen animals that get run over on the side of the road. And here in the country, you know, these wild hogs, these feral hogs are pretty. They're in abundance here, unfortunately. And her mother got run over, and I think there were 7 or 8 babies who would not leave Mama's side. Trudy was one of them. Didn't know where to go. And so Brienne's husband, on his way to work, noticed Trudy, and he went to work the entire day, and on his way back home, she was still there. So Laramie's friend jumped out and grabbed her, sent her home with Laramie and Bree to raise. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. They didn't know what the heck they were doing. And then they sent her over here. And that's when she and I had this budding relationship, this friendship that has grown and grown and grown. And now at the beginning, for those of y'all who have been following I'm a Survivor for a while, you know that Trudy and I, we had a summer of love. This is the saddest thing I think I've ever seen. You all should be aware that Pig Trudy has plenty of tubs to... Baby, what's all over your face? There's cobwebs all over your face, baby. Looks like you've just got out of an Indiana Jones movie. Baby, what have you been exploring? Look, there's cobwebs. There... She has, folks, she's been exploring something and she has cobwebs. These are... Baby, have you been to the Temple of Doom? Oh boy, you remember? We had our first summer of love. I would put clothes on her, little shirts. A lot of people would send us stuff. And I'd dress her up like my own little doll. I'd take her on the four-wheeler, on the side-by-side. She'd ride right in my lap. Oh, she loved to ride in Daddy's lap. We'd sing songs. We'd go to the river. We'd swim. We found ourselves in lots and lots of adventures, we did. Careful, kids. Pig Trudy, look out, baby. It's Swift right there, love. Come on, Pig Trudy. Oh, sheesh. Pig Trudy! 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 Ah! I got you, baby. Ah! Sorry about that, love. That's all I could grab. And so my goal with Trudy, which is kind of funny now, I had always planned on returning her to the wild, Trudy, with me to the woods, because I wanted to give her... Hey, careful, Pig Trudy. Come here, baby. I wanted to give her a little bit of an idea of what kind of things nature provides. Move. In hopes that if at some point in her life she wants to return to the wild. But the problem I'm having is that all these guys have gathered around because they're curious. They're very curious about this little pig, and that has terrified her. Raising her, I know it sounds dumb because she ate from a bottle, but I was going to raise her to the size where she could survive on her own, and my plan was to always introduce, new foods to her that she could gather on her own. Mo, Piggy! Big mistake. Piggy! Get back, you big galoot! No, get back! Leave her alone! Leave her alone! Look at her. She's falling asleep here with me. She loves me so much. She just doesn't love burritos. She wanted a different snack. I'll have to take care of her later. Anyway, that's been 2 years ago. Almost 2 years. And Trudy has been... I'm going to say this, and I hope that you'll listen to me when I say it, and believe me when I say it. Of all of the pigs that we have had, and we've had many, from our very first pig, Patty, Hurricane Harvey survivor, to Oli, to Rolando, to Petunia and Lola, the ones we've lost, to all that we have now. Trudy is the smartest. She is, now she's the most mischievous. You all know that she can get to a lot of trouble. She's the most protective. And ultimately, she's just a very, very sweet girl. I love her so much. Can I get a kissy? Can I have a kissy? Selfie. There. Selfie mode kissies with my baby girl. Oh, I love her so much. We're just after dinner here. We've already eaten, and so you can still see the residue from the oatmeal in the bowls. And it could be that the pigs are so full that they just can't stuff anything else inside their mouths. I don't know about you, but I know I've been there before where I just cannot take another bite. I just cannot take another bite. No way. No way. Uh-oh. Now, we got a little problem here. I think you all see what the problem is, right? These guys have eaten so much that they've already laid down for the night. They've already laid down for the night, and now getting them up for a bite of burrito might not be that easy. We're gonna go one at a time though. Let's first talk about, the obvious choice in here. We're gonna start off over here with Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim. Y'all just ignore that. That's a normal occurrence around here. They sometimes use the pigs for leverage to make the big jump up to their roosting spot. Trudy's trying to tell Tim to straighten up. He's on video, and Tim could care less. He's already laid down for the night, and so he could care less about looking presentable right now. All right. So, Tiny Tim was surrendered to the sanctuary by a really sweet man and woman, and he was supposed to be a companion animal for our Petunia. Tiny Tim's not going to stay tiny for long. He keeps stealing. That's not yours. Hey, that's hers. That was not yours. Wait a minute. He won't even eat his own strawberry. He's eating her strawberry. What's up with that? Don't you do it. That's Petunia's. Get him, Petunia. Hey, that's her mango. He got her mango. Now, that relationship never really worked out too well because Tiny Tim fell in love. It was love at first sight for our sweet Peggy Pig. Any of you young men out there who want to learn how to impress a lady should take advice from Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim is ready for romance.
Women like to be shadowed. Look at that. Everywhere that Peggy Pig goes, Tiny Tim is right with her.
Okay, well, a few of those things are true, but the whole shadowing part, you gotta play zone, not man to man. You feel me? Like,
His zone defense.
Yeah, because the shadow thing, that's like stage 5 clinger.
Oh.
He goes head first into that pole because he's so busy.
He had eyes for her.
Yeah, he did. But like Charity said, you gotta look around sometimes. Like, give the woman some space.
Tim! Okay, and what guy has not made a fool of himself trying to impress a lady?
Can't tell who's thirsty for who. It's true. He's putting all this on Tim but Miss Piggy's right there with him.
Well, he
Well,
is.
she living her life. She going back and forth, back and forth.
She could go anywhere in that field, but she's right up next to that fence.
Well, look,
She's a stage 5 clinger.
no,
Still.
a little attention never hurt nobody, okay?
Tim resides in Houston, Texas, and if any young guy needs some tips, just do what Tim does. Follow her around. Give her some attention.
Yeah, let us know how this works.
Right, because also with people, that's called stalking. So, again,
Timmy, you don't want to eat the burrito? How come none of y'all eat burritos around here? I'm so sorry. I picked a bad snack, I guess. No one wants the burrito. That is a bean burrito. It has a flour tortilla, and there's beans and cheese on the inside. And he has no interest in this burrito whatsoever. He does not want to wake up from his rest. Okay, so Tiny Tim was brought here to be a companion animal for our sweet Petunia. And that never really worked out because, like I said, he fell in love with Peggy Pig here. Now, she was quite older than he was and quite larger at first. But the good thing is he quickly caught up in size, and now they have become companions and very, very, very happy. Peggy Pig. Now, guys, you should know that Peggy Pig is the daughter of Patty. Oh, my God! Patty! Oh, Patty has babies! Patty has babies! Patty! Oh, my goodness! I didn't even know she was pregnant! Patty is the world famous Patty, P-A-T-Y, 1 T. And Patty was a survivor of the horrific flooding from Hurricane Harvey. She was the pig who met me coming up the driveway and whose video went viral. The world fell in love with Patty. And it was my pleasure to introduce her to everybody and kind of let you guys learn and fall in love with the things that I loved about her so much. Now, Patty was impregnated by a feral hog, one that broke into our pastures. A lot of y'all know this story. And out of that litter of babies, guess what? We got Peggy Pig. Now, if you want to know a really interesting fact about Peggy Pig, and you're going to hate me, y'all ready to hate Lester? Are you all ready to hate Lester? So folks who've been following the page for a while know this, but I gathered up all the babies, I believe there were 9, and I took them as far into the woods as I could to release them. I couldn't keep 9, half feral hogs here. You just couldn't do that. So I took all the babies into the deep, deep, deep woods. Now, before you get all crazy and get upset with me, they weren't tiny babies. They'd already grown to the size of doing everything on their own. As a matter of fact, Patty had already passed away. Patty had passed away, and so they had to grow up a lot faster than what you would want a little pig to. But once all the pigs were strong and healthy and were able to, eat and feed on their own, I took them deep, deep, deep into the woods. I took them on the four-wheeler, and I drove them down in a crate as far as I could, crossed the river and everything, and I dropped them all out. I made a video about this, how happy they were. They all took off running, and they had this freedom that they had never, ever before experienced. And they were gone. And I was hoping that they were all going to find themselves with a herd of other feral hogs and just have a very, very happy life. Now, at that point, we didn't have much development around here, and there were just thousands and thousands of acres. And like I said, feral hogs have always, been in an abundance. Have you changed your mind? You think you want to go ahead and try it? And so you're all saying, well, Lester, if you took her off into the deep, deep woods, what is she doing back? Well, you ask me. I don't know. All of a sudden, one of them showed back up. Yep, one of them showed back up. And that would have been this little girl right here. When she showed back up, I wasn't going to take her off a second time. I don't know how she found her way back home. And I wish she'd wake up so we could all talk to her. Baby, everyone wants to see your pretty face, sweet girl. Everyone wants to see your pretty face. We do want to see your pretty face. You're not that sleepy, are you? And so she came back home, and I thought it was only fitting that, you know, I keep Patty's bloodline. And so, yep. So she's half feral hog and half farm pig. Yeah, Patty was not a pot-bellied. I don't really know exactly what you call Patty's kind of pig. I'm not a pig person necessarily, but she would be a half and half mix. All right, well, Tiny Tim's finally woken up and eaten a burrito. We still have one piece left on the plate. No one else wants it. And in that case, I might have to find, I'm trying to think who else might eat a burrito. I don't know. Well, actually, you know what? I do know who would like this burrito. I know who would love this burrito. I love you, baby. Let's go ahead and walk out of here. And Copper really enjoyed his. But Copper doesn't really need 2 burritos. But you know what? Stop. It's okay. They're all this good. Copper. You want another one? Yeah. Copper would love it. There you go. Copper's like, you got any more of those? You got any more of them burritos? Any more of them burritos? I like them burritos. Them burritos are good. Burritos good. Yeah, that's how Copper would talk. Burritos good. All right, Cornholio, you don't eat burritos.